Guys, after subscribing to this channel, please make sure that you also press the bell icon so that no notification, no new video of mine, any educational video, is missed by anybody.
All right. I welcome one and all again tonight in the session on the paper discussion of October 23. Lots of other classes will be constructed in such a way that we discuss almost the entire paper slot, not only of October 23, but also that of December 23. Like I just said and announced, congratulated all my students who have cleared their exam in the first ever NB diploma category. A hearty congratulations, big hug. I'm very, very proud of all my students who made it through in the first attempt in the NBE diploma category. And we are going to be discussing those answers as well in the upcoming classes. But tonight we're taking up the class on paper 1, October 23. So here's the first question. All right, I hope so the distribution of marks which I have got is pretty clear, because they had not announced the the question paper for a really long time on the DNB side for the first time this time. Otherwise, they usually announce it with the result. But this time they did not announce. Anyways, this kind of semi-official this thing paper that I have with me, I have tried to do justice. So here it is, the first question. With the help of diagrams, you have to discuss the embryology of the female genital tract. Before I start answering this question, I'm sure all my old students have been there, who've been there with me right from the very beginning, have seen my embryology lectures. I am very happy with the way the lectures panned out. I'm very happy with the way the response came, and I'm very happy with the way the lectures went through, because when I was a student, embryology was very scary for me because it's very difficult to imagine it 3D. But thanks to I think internet, so many things have become so easy. And what I did with my embryology lectures was I collected all those graphic videos, all those 3D videos, which made the concepts of embryology crystal clear to you. At the same time, you do not need embryology in detail of CNS, of cardio, the heart or the lungs, but you do need a lot of stress is given on the embryology of the genitourinary tract, which I have taken in detail. So I've clubbed this CNS and CVS and respiratory all together in one lecture, but I've taken in detail one lecture which was about the genitourinary tract, because that is asked very often. And here is a proof to you. So in the recent 2023 October, we have this question asked on embryology of female genital tract, which I have taken in at length, beautifully constructed lecture with all the 3D graphic videos, which assist me in making you understand what I'm trying to say. So please, all those, go ahead and watch it in the live class recording folder. All those who do not have my theory course can also watch it in the live class recording folder. You can purchase it separately also, guys. Okay. And yeah, one more thing. The Ramzan sale has finally ended. I always get requests after the sale is over for extending the sale. So I'm really sorry, guys, but very soon the holy sale will be announced, and you can see if you whatever you want, you get it in the holy sale. But right now, the Ramzan sale resolved for 10 days is over, and I hope so that you get what you feel like in the holy sale. And yes, as far as Answer Bank is concerned, currently I have no plans in giving any sale in that, because it's already at a very, very reasonable price according to the validity scheme. So guys, please go ahead and watch it, see it for yourself, and it's a pretty discounted rates already. So just go ahead and purchase it. My team is always there for you to help you out, not only in the purchase, but also post purchase in case of any problem. You get blocked out, you have any hitch in hanging of the app, or any other problem, they are always there to help you and support you. Right, let's start away with the answers straight away. Here you have this is the diagram in which I've tried to show how the female genital tract is finally born. So this is from where it starts. This is a primitive gonad. So either it is XX or XY. What happens basically is that if it's an XY, automatically you get anti-Mullerian hormone. So the Mullerian duct, it regresses, and the this Wolffian duct, it kind of grows into what? You have epididymis, vas, difference in seminal vesicles being developed from the Wolffian tract, and of course penis and scrotum as the external genitalia because of DHT, dihydrotestosterone. But if there is no Y chromosome, then what happens is that the opposite takes place. The Wolffian duct, it regresses, and the Mullerian duct is developed. Also, this Mullerian duct is actually called as the paramesonephric duct, and this is the mesonephric duct. So Wolffian duct, you write W, you invert it, it becomes M. So Wolffian duct is same as mesonephric duct, very important in the development for the male genital tract. And as far as the paramesonephric duct is concerned, it is called a Mullerian duct and very, very important for the development of the female genital tract. And here is what it finally becomes. This slowly regresses. Okay, it becomes epiphoron and paraphoron. I'm sure you all remember that when I spoke about it. And this is your Mullerian duct that develops into the uterus, the cervix, the upper part of vagina, and the tubes. All right. So this is as much as I can speak right now. Okay. Otherwise, we'll not be able to finish. There are around 80 slides tonight. And this is how the external genitalia is formed. So you have a genital tubercle that forms the clitoris, urethral folds which form the labia minora, and the genital swellings that form the labia majora. And there is a urogenital groove that forms the vestibule of the vagina, right? Now, this was a 4-mark question. So they have very specifically asked you to draw diagrams. Guys, remember one thing, I speak this thing to all my students when they ask me regarding, preparation. So when the exams come closer or when the dates are very close, I get multiple types of queries. Okay, one of them is like, ma'am, if I do just study from the answer bank, is it sufficient? See, guys, towards the end, I don't want to break anybody's confidence level. All right. And I would give them a very, politically right answer, something that they want to hear. But basically, DNB is not one exam that you can pass only by studying the answer bank alone, until and unless you have a very good, solid, backing with your theory concepts, right? So much so that you only needed to see the answers and you do not want to see the notes at all. Specifically for primary DNB candidates, I'll not advise such a step to be taken. I want you to be very thorough because you will eventually get caught in the practicals. Maybe you crack through the theory, but not through your practicals at all. So what you can do is that you can study the answer bank, but remember that any topic which has been asked has a very good potential of being asked in a different style next year. So this question, the Mullerian duct, is very, very favorite. Many times it has been asked in a different format. Sometimes they ask about the classification, sometimes they ask about the problem, sometimes they ask the development. So reverse questions have been asked. This is a very, predictable question to be asked from this. So why am I stressing on this is because they have asked about with the help of diagrams. So this is the basic diagram. If you can make this labeling the way I have done it, it is very well understood diagram and nobody can cut your marks if you've done this properly and you write down this thing, because they have talked about female genital tract. So external, internal, they have not specified, which is why I would want you to include this as well. And it's very straightforward. It's not at a very lengthy answer. So this is the basic. Next question they've asked is enumerate the classification of Mullerian abnormalities. Just the enumeration. And why have I brought all these charts? Because then my students, they start whining that, ma'am, only you've written down the names and nothing else is there. Then what am I supposed to do? So this is just 3-mark question. Remember, guys, it's just a 3-mark question. They've asked you to enumerate. So you do enumerate as an ASRM, Mullerian anomalies classification, and you write on a little bit about it. Okay, that this is divided into Mullerian agenesis, cervical agenesis, uniconvate uterus, uterus diadelphys, and biconvate uterus. That's it. You've described this classification, ASRM. Next comes AFS classification, and that describes it into classes. Class 1, 2, 3. You've been reading it from time immemorial, correct? Then there's an X-ray classification that divides into main class, subclass, and then coexistent class into U0, U1, U2, U3 like this. So if you just mention these, you do not write down all this until unless if asked you to elaborate in detail. It's an 8-mark question. There's no need for you to go through all these things. You can only simply say that this is the 3 important classifications, the 3-mark question. So a little bit more about each classification. So this is why I have included this particular thing as well. Remember, guys, they can ask you any day one particular classification in detail, maybe for a 4-mark question or a 5-mark question. So, this time this question was asked as enumerate. Sometimes they can ask this question as describe in detail the X-ray classification. Okay, so this is why I've included this detail as well, because next year you never know. And the last question of question 1 is discuss the obstetrical significance of various Mullerian abnormalities. Again, a very predictable question. So you know, and see how beautifully I have tried to put it down so that it makes things easier for you as to what all complications. I'm sure all of you know that there is a lot of increased miscarriages, implantation failures, preterm, preterm labor, prom, and this thing, malpresentations. They all increase because of uh, these Mullerian abnormalities, but only this way you will remember better. So there is a risk of miscarriage, RPL, malpresentations and labor complications, preterm birth, placental implantation abnormalities, IUGR, more risk of instrumental and operative deliveries, and even risk of TPH, which we tend to forget very soon.